Hey Canucks fans, let's break down the game-winning goal from overtime last night. Quinn Hughes from JT Miller, the Vancouver Canucks defeat the New York Islanders 4-3. We know how good this play was from a Canucks standpoint, but I'm really curious, is it Bo Horvat's fault or is it Matt Barzal's fault when it comes to the Islanders? And I'm not piling on Bo. You guys know how much I like Bo. I was glad that he scored his goal. I was glad that he got the video tribute, and I was mostly glad that the Canucks won the game. But let's watch this through once together, and then we will break it down. So this is the scene. 2 minutes and 16 seconds into the overtime period. The score is 3-3. Let's watch it through together first.
Started the clock. JT Miller trying to win another face-off, and he does.
Hopefully my big head won't get in the way here. We'll see.
On the face-off for Miller, who came in second in face-offs taken in the league, but he'll be back up to number one. He's taken 26 now. Here's a lead pass. Quinn Hughes to win the game. Scores!
And look how happy Quinn Hughes is right there. So let's reset this, and we will go through it. We'll go through what happens here in this clip. So let's set the stage here. It is, like I said, 2 minutes into the final period, and the overtime period. And on the ice for the Canucks, you have JT Miller, you have Quinn Hughes, and you have Brock Besser. For the Islanders, you have Bo Horvat, Matt Barzal, and Adam Pelech. And then, of course, you have the two goalies, Demko and Sorokin. So let's see what happens. We start off with a draw in the Islanders zone. Miller versus Horvat. Miller beats Horvat. Besser touches back to Hughes. And so far, so good. Hughes plays it back. And by the way, if those that want to change the NHL overtime rules, if they had their way, this play wouldn't be allowed because they want to go with that NBA half court theory where once you pass the red line, you can't go behind your own red line. To which PD hilariously said, well, then if you're worried about losing the puck or whatever, then don't lose the puck, get better at hockey or something to that effect, which is true. I don't think they should change it. I think, especially when you see a play like this. So let's see what happens here. And it starts off normally. Everything looks fine. You see Barzal is checking Besser. Besser rims it behind the net to Hughes. And now Barzal is on Hughes. Barzal forces Hughes to pass it out. It's going to be a pass to Miller. You see Horvat there. He has no chance of getting this puck. And right now, everything looks about right. You have JT Miller receiving the pass from Hughes. Adam Pelech is on him. You know that Barzal knows about Hughes because he just forced him to make that pass. And then you have Horvat also where Hughes. Horvat longingly looking toward his former bench. And then Horvat obviously knows that Besser is behind him out of the play right now. And right here, I think Miller, yes, you can see Miller takes a quick look. And I really think that Miller is checking to see if Hughes is streaking down the wing. Not that kind of streaking, going to the net. And if so, maybe he's going to try a backhand sauce, which he's prone to do. And then Hughes could pick it up in full speed. So he takes that quick glance, knowing that just to see where Hughes is. And he realizes that Hughes isn't there. Meanwhile, Hughes is so smart. We know how smart he is. He's the captain, all these things, his elite hockey IQ. I think he is kind of lulling Bo Horvat into a false sense of security here. And what's really interesting is pay attention to Matt Barzal. Remember, Barzal knows that Hughes is there. Remember, he just forced Hughes to make that pass right there. And then even when you advance this far, Barzal starts to look at Miller. And then as soon as Miller starts to make this turn back this way towards his own end, Pelech then goes back to maintain his gap. He doesn't want to get too far and get beat. So Pelech starts to retreat towards his own net. But then Barzal starts to chase Miller this way, even though he should know that Hughes is behind him. And Horvat obviously knows that Hughes is in front of him because he can see him right in front of him. So right here, this is where it all breaks down for the Islanders. You have Bo kind of looking them off. JT Miller looking off. And JT Miller actually, after the game, said that he was expecting a give and go with Hughes back when it was, when he thought that Hughes might be going this way. But instead he turns to retreat. And I really think Miller had the intent to pass it back to Brock here and to reset. Not necessarily for a line change, but just to reset. But what happens here is you can see right here, Hughes almost, instead of just kind of casually skating through the neutral zone and waiting for a reset if the puck goes back to Besser, with one push, he takes off towards the Islanders net. And by that time, Barzal is already committed to Miller. I'm not sure why he thought he had to do that. Well, maybe he wanted to create a 2-on-1 going that way. And then Horvat is already turned as well, anticipating maybe checking Brock. So Hughes recognizes this, and with one push, he's off to the races. And we see it right there. We see it right there. All three Islanders players are now looking at Miller. Brock is anticipating a pass back. That's why he's skating back towards this corner here. The ref is also copying Brock. Maybe he thought they were part of some synchronized, some ice skating routine or whatever, but they almost look the same. And then right here, you see Pelech. It's kind of funny. With his left hand, he's kind of pointing, or he's turning, or he's doing something. He's saying, hey, if you guys are going to get JT Miller, someone's better get Quinn Hughes. And you can see Pelech actually looking at Quinn Hughes here with his eyes. And then there we go. Now it's too late. Pelech is too late to turn. Barzal is still committed to JT Miller. Bo is already, look at that. He's already 8 to 10 feet behind Hughes. There's no way he's going to catch him. These two Islanders guys have sat up because they know what's going to happen. Brock is just saying, I don't care. I'm just going to wait back here just in case something happens. And Miller, who I think his passing is underrated. His passing is underrated. I've always thought he's an excellent passer. Right through the seam. He has to pass it hard enough to make sure that Pelech's stick and Barzal's stick can't take it, but also accurate enough that he lands on Hughes' stick and doesn't put Hughes offside. And there we go. He did exactly what I said he should do, or what he wanted to. He split the gap between Pelech and Barzal. Horvat's too far behind. And now, look at that pass. It goes up, and Hughes takes it off his stick, and easily onside. We have the proof right there. And then right here, see Pelech, he has no chance. Sorokin's like, I have the best player in the league right now coming in on me. And just look at the way that Hughes kind of stick handles, and then it's barely on his stick. And right there, look at the whip on that stick. Right there, his left foot goes up. Remember, you're very powerful. You're even more powerful if one of your legs goes up when you shoot. I've always said that. And we've seen the videos of Hughes working on a shot. We've seen in back home in Michigan, in the garage. We've heard Rick talk about Hughes has added 15 to 20% power. I'm not sure how you measure that, but look at that wrist shot, and it goes right past Sorokin, and there it bulges the twine right there. So let's back that up a little bit, and let's just see that goal because it is so nice. And then boom, over Sorokin's glove. Sorokin didn't even move. Now the tricky thing about this as well, you guys, is they're going to show another angle now. We broke it down from the side angle. When you look at this angle from the end here, I'm not sure if it builds the case better for Horvat or Barzal. So we'll look at it from this angle. We'll just do it one more time. So here's Pelech on Miller. You see Barzal on Hughes, and you see Horvat on Besser. Remember, Besser just kind of hang out in the... And the Islanders coach, Lane Lambert, said is a breakdown because overtime, 3-on-3 overtime, is about one-on-one. Just mano a mano, taking your own man. But you can't have two guys going to one guy. So this is... I truly think... Not just because I like Horvat more than I like Barzal. I think this is Barzal's fault. I think Barzal should have stuck with Hughes streaking, going down the side there, because Horvat was too far behind. And as good as a skater that Horvat is, at the end of the game, Hughes with the momentum and on offense, you know that Horvat wasn't going to catch Hughes. I think Barzal had a much better line. But here we see there, it's so obvious here that there's two of them, and you see the Besser looping back, and then right up the gut, and no chance. And right there, Sorokin's coming out to challenge, and just look at that snap on Quinn Hughes' shot. So this part's interesting because the way he flexes his stick, he looked like he could be trying to go over Sorokin's blocker side, but instead he goes right past his glove. And here's one more look. Yeah, it just shows how far back Horvat is. There's no way he's going to catch Hughes, and Pelech is just reaching for the stars right there. So Canucks fans, a great goal for us, obviously. It vaults us to first place in the Western Conference. And then for right there, a great goal for the Canucks, first place in the Western Conference. But Canucks fans or Islanders fans, as objectively as you can be, yes, it was a great play by Miller and Hughes and Besser just by being the decoy. But truly, is that a Bo Horvat a mistake? Is that a Matt Barzal mistake? I don't think we can blame Adam Pelech there. And of the two, or is it some combination of both? We'd love to know your thoughts. Put it in the comments below. And tonight, the Canucks play against the Calgary Flames. I'll be on Game Over Calgary as the Vancouver person. So that will be at 9 o'clock right after the game. And then I have my own live stream right here at 11 p.m. I hope you join me for that as well. Shout out to my sponsors, Van City Experts Real Estate, Perform and Transform, Personal Training, Weight Loss. Thank you to legendary Lucas Gates, legendary Carol Bovenlander, legendary Andrew Chang, Hall of Fame franchise members. Thanks for your support. And to everyone for watching, for liking, subscribing. I always appreciate you. I never take you for granted. So on your way out, subscribe, like, leave a donation if you want, become a member, and leave a comment. Whose fault was this overtime game-winning goal by the Vancouver Canucks? Not that we are complaining. Stay safe, stay healthy, take care of yourselves and take care of each other. Enjoy the Canucks game. God bless, and go Canucks go.